I'm super thrilled, guys, that, you know, cleaning their little tubs here. So we made the low tunnels, the 4-foot low tunnels. Whatever could he have on his magical brown sleigh? Well, hello there, homesteaders. Well, we made it through the freeze. We had to put a lot of our stuff indoors, but we should see so we put in a high tunnel, or a low tunnel, I mean. High tunnels are coming later. And we can now safely get our plants outside, I think. I mean, we might be in for a freeze yet, but some of this stuff, you gotta kind of YOLO. Because we got to get more seeds planted and get stuff in the ground. So I think we're pretty much in good shape here. Heading into Link's room here, you can see our new flock of laying hens. We have Onyx Californians. We got some Rhode Islands on the way. Various different breeds. And then we do have some Cornish Crosses coming. We'll make some meat bird tractors for those. So we'll be posting how we're going to modify the coop we have and make it all happen. But the birds are in good health. They've been very active, and we've been, you know, cleaning their little tubs here every day. I put a little bit of wheatgrass in there, you can kind of see, but they're establishing their pecking order. And Maddie always wants to be in here watching them. So she's learning. So it's important that, you know, we expose our dogs to these chicks in a controlled environment, and make sure that she understands these birds are part of the family. And, you know, we're doing everything we can to humanize the birds. So we're watching for aggressive traits. We're watching them establish their pecking order, which has to happen. New bird parents, a lot of times, will hover over their chicks, and you need to, you know, assert dominance, but let them create their social order. That's very important. So far we seem to have some very well-rounded chicks. They're only a few weeks old, so it'll take a few more weeks before some of their personalities develop a little bit further. But, you know, we're looking for pasty bud, and we're checking them every day. And this bucket's not going to hold them for very much longer, so we're going to work on the coop next. We do have grow lights. Yes, we do have the radiant lighting in there secured, so it, you know, can't start a fire and that sort of thing. Just doing all the right stuff to get a new healthy flock up and going. And then we're going to make the laying coop. Let's go talk about that. Let's go take a look outside. Okay, so here is the coop that was on the property when we bought the property. You know, it'll work to start with. I don't know when they last had any chickens in here, but roof is in fairly good shape. And we have our perches and everything in there. I'm just storing the pressure washer in there for right now, but we'll clean it out, fix anything that needs to be fixed. Come on. Starting with our, well, now that fell. Okay, so the skids on this thing are pretty robust, and so what I wanted to do was utilize the frame on this and put some tractor tires on it, or some solid rubber off-road wheels on some axles, and then build out, probably put an automatic door on this side, and then build out the full cage to have a run, and then and completely enclose the run. And then this will be our laying chicken tractor. And then we'll have them way out in the field over there. We'll put them out in the neighbor's field over here. And, you know, they'll be able to get a lot of exercise, and we'll move those tractors every day. We do have ample amounts of shade if we need, so when it gets really hot here in Arkansas, we can do that. So yeah, this coop is in pretty good shape. Give her a paint job. So what we did after our build here is we've been categorizing our takeoffs. So we've been keeping all of the stuff that would otherwise been thrown away if it's in good shape. And so we'll be reusing this for roofs for the animals or the chicken tractors, that sort of thing. If it's in good shape, we really didn't throw it away. We have our growing tubs from Wisconsin. So these were the flood trays when we were doing more, commercial greenhouse stuff. So those are great. We can reuse those if the sun doesn't completely bake them into non-existence. So I should probably get those in the shade. I don't know if those are UV treated. That's a thing to consider. But yeah, the wind's been knocking stuff all over the place, but we've been trying to keep it nice and tidy. We don't want to turn this into a junkyard. So
Jack who? A junkyard?
We got a junkyard pile, and basically I go to the dump once in a while and just do that. The boat's kind of been hanging out. I got to get batteries for that, and I don't have the money for that right now. As we're planting, that's more important. But hopefully we'll do some boat adventures and fishing, smoking some fish. We got the smoker coming, and show the beauty of the Ozarks. So I'm trying to get better at recording with just a GoPro. I usually use the big cameras for doing most of my video work, and so the GoPro, like the medium mod on the GoPro 9 here, you'll notice that my audio kept switching. Well, the medium mod on this one doesn't like pick up both microphones with the medium mod, so you have to switch it manually. So I can't just flip the camera around in real time. It's kind of a pain, but we'll make do. We'll make it happen. So yeah, we have the potatoes. Those looked like they survived pretty well. And let's take a look at some of the corn. So we made the low tunnels, the 4-foot low tunnels, with some 1/2-inch galvanized electrical conduit and the Johnny Seeds 4-foot bender that worked really well. And we just kind of hodgepodged the closure here. I should probably open this up now. I should stake that open. You can feel it's warm out. It's warm in there for sure. Let some of the wind blow through there a little bit. So we were stapling this down, and yeah, that worked.
Fail, impressively failed.
But then the staple gun was like, nah, this is too much for me. I'm out of here. So we had to start nailing boards, providing that weight. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds or better. So in the rows here, the corn's a little droopy, but it looks like it survived. The corn that was outside has taken a major hit. I do not think these are going to survive. They went through 2 nights of 28 degrees. And we didn't have enough plastic to run the whole 110 feet. So that's unfortunate, but that's what it is. We saved as much as we could. I should have made these earlier, but trying to do everything myself or with just Jess and Link, and it's with no crew and limited budget, the things. You do what you can. So we can let the wind go through there, cool the tunnel down a little bit. This last frame was top rail. So that one was harder to bend, but man, does it provide a lot more strength. Pretty wild. Then we'll put the rest of the corn out in the coming days here. We have had a tremendous amount of drop off for chips. Our neighbor has found one of the road crews that are contracted through the state or county to provide us with wood chips, and he flagged them down. So our neighbors, us, we're all on the drop zone for chips, so we can start building soil, using it on the top for weed prevention, and also water evaporation control. So we're just beyond the wood chips here. I got the first beehive. I don't have any nooks ordered yet. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time, but this is where the apiary is gonna be. So we're gonna start building hives here, and as we get produce here and the orchard going, you know, having bees is going to be an essential part of rounding out this homestead. So we started collecting rocks. We're going to put a rock base under it, and then have some bees for the honey. So mostly we got elderberries here. They leafed out. They seem to, they're not real happy that it was cold, but they did okay. Some of the blueberries I think we lost. This one, that's coming back. It's coming back. We got some color in there, but some of these things started to blossom. So we're going to lose those blooms. But there wasn't too many blooms, so the rest of them are still coming out. So this is probably a third-year blueberry. We bought it at one of the nurseries for a premium because they were old enough to produce. But some of them are not looking so great. Again, we didn't have the right pH in the soil right away, so it stressed out the plant. A lot of bark came off the main trunks, but the new growth still is there. We still got buds, so there's hope. There's hope. I think we can do it. So every one of the blueberries has some kind of buds on it. And so it looks like they made it through the winter. Whew, because I really have no idea what I'm doing. You do the research on the YouTubes, you read the books, you do the stuff, but until you apply the knowledge, it's all a guesstimate. All right, let's take a look at our pear trees. Had the same issue. So we have the blooms here on the pear tree, and they went through 2 nights of freeze. So I'm gonna guess those aren't going to work. But we had lots of them that haven't bloomed yet. So I figured the plant bags, putting them on top, you have you risk breaking the tops, and I didn't want to risk the bag actually knocking off some of the blooms and stuff. So we did it this way. I have to prune this, but didn't yet. And it's a little late now. I have to see if I can still, can I cut that? Can I trim that yet? We're not all the way open yet, but like this one's in much better shape. One of our apple trees. This is the Granny Smith. We got a focus on that. Yeah. So we got some activity happening here, but you can see the Granny Smith was trained already. I got the branch trainers. We got to do a video on those yet too, to bring this out, and we set the crowns up so that we can hopefully dwarf these a little bit with how we put the soil on the crown, pretty shallow. So we want them to stunt a little bit if we can. But again, I have no idea. I just watch YouTube videos and try to do what I can. All right. So this is the Fuji apples. We use a lot of those in the freeze drying for caramel apples that we sell. So I figured it's time to grow them. The only one that doesn't have a lot on it right now is the Enterprise, but it's there. The Enterprise must be more of a late starter, but I'm super thrilled, guys, that we have an orchard. We got cash crop, we got orchard, we're gonna have bees. Like, we wanted to build self-sufficiency. We know it's coming. Yep. So up front here, again, we'll have the chicken tractors roaming around the front. We might put up some we put up all the lines to put up electric fence. And I think we're gonna electric fence the entire property, along with some barbed wire and stuff. But we wanna be able to create pastures out here, because I am not cutting all of this grass again this year. The poor lawnmower is not gonna be up to the task. Our Wisconsin lawnmower is like, oh no, 5 acres, it's too much. It's just too much. So we're gonna, well, and our neighbor can probably field cut some of this stuff too. He's got the sickle bar and he's got all the commercial equipment to cut big fields. But our goal is to try to utilize this space to grow animals instead of just cutting it. So, but we've been continually, this last year, we've cut and we mulched it back into the ground. The farmer before this was just taking the hay off and just stripping the land of all the nutrients. So we don't want to do that. We wanted to put the nutrients back in the ground. So that's what we've been doing for the last year. But this is a mixture of everything in this field. Nothing super invasive, but I don't even know what they were doing. It's nice though that it doesn't look like they sprayed for anything, because it is a mix. So I'll take a mix over, chemically treating a ground any day. I mean, if this was like all one type of grass and we knew it was sprayed, we wouldn't have bought this property. There's no way. I refuse to work with properties like that. So let's look at the bamboo. So this is the Cora bamboo. And what's nice about the Cora bamboo is it'll grow up to 30 feet tall, and you can eat the shoots. So the shoots are edible. The canes will be, 1 to 3 inches or better. And so the wood is harvestable. The grass is harvestable. It's grass. The shoots are edible. It stays green year round. So we want to put it on the barrier of the property for a windbreak and a eye break. So eventually this whole property up front, when you come to our homestead, all you'll see is a bamboo grove, hopefully. Well, that's the idea. But I asked the neighbors because I'm very cautious about putting animals and noise in a new neighborhood. We're trying to grow our community. We want to be an asset here for the people who lived here. And we want to, even though it's our right to do what we want on our property, having a neighborly communication and having good relationships with your neighbors is essential if you're serious about sustainability. So again, we have the bamboo going like this. We got shoots coming out on some of them. You can see here's some shoots coming out already. Here's a shoot coming out. You can see right there. So how bamboo shoots work is this will never get any taller than this. Okay, this is a 2-year-old plant, and we got these from Alabama, I think. If I remember, I'll post it below where we got them. Very nice bamboo company, very transparent on how they do their bamboo. And so this stalk will grow up, and that's as tall as it'll get. The next shoot will come out, and it'll get taller than it. The next shoot will come out, and it'll get taller still. So that's how bamboo works. These are runner bamboo. These are not clumping. So the rhizomes are going to try and go wherever they want, which is why they're in a raised bed. We want to control the rhizome, and there's a 6-inch, roughly 6 to 8 inches where the rhizome can go down or up to extend itself. So we planted them kind of, apart. There's some hugelkultur in the bottom of this bed. This soil isn't real great. So we're going to have to amend it yet. Some of it we put the compost in, so I mean some of it's okay, but most of it's kind of junky. And yeah, so when you come, our agritourism sites are going to be right up here, and so the bamboo grove is going to be kind of like your shelter and shade, shelter from the wind kind of deal. And when we run our water line, we're going to run the water line up here. And I want to put a shower house and composting toilet like where the tents are going to hang out, where the campers are going to hang out. So we'll have like a on-demand hot water system up here and a composting toilet. We can't really put a sewer system in, and this isn't technically going to be a campground. We can't run it like a campground. I don't want to run a campground. You run a campground and your weekends are gone, man. We are growing stuff. That is our plan. So we're going to do, we'll bring people in for classes. Friends and family will be staying. Our goal is education based and helping people understand how to do homesteading, and come with us on the journey and run a full-time homestead. Once we get everything up and running, you'll see what it takes to run a homestead, and hopefully help you decide if this is a journey you want to take. We'll also be part of the homesteading network around here, where we all visit each other's homesteads and help out, provide assistance, knowledge to help all of our homesteads in the area communicate with one another and be more successful. So we're going to put camping sites under each tree. And I'm going to like run in some gravel here. We might put a separate entry on the road. I don't know. I got to make pull-through sites though, because I've had enough campsites. We used to be big RV folks, and our 40-foot toy haulers with diesel 1-ton dualies. We need to make it so that it's easy to get in and out of here with motorhomes and RVs and such, but still be nice for campers who are just using tents. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna go drop off some of our supplies, some of our stuff we sell in town. That's what we'll do next. All right, it is so last night when we finished the video, I got a haircut, went to the hometown barber shop here, and they sell our freeze-dried fruits and candies, and so delivered a whole bunch to them, introduced the colloidal silver and the oregano oil, and told them how to do that and sell that. So dropped that off, did some chicken chores this morning, and then what I'm going to be doing here is the threat of frost is gone now, so we're going to take the cover off the corn before it gets too hot and cut it in certain spots so that we can make smaller sections that are more workable. So we didn't put the boards, we didn't put them like they're still separate boards, so we can sectionize this so we can more easily move it and manage it going forward. So let's get started. So we got the cover off fairly easily. I just realized we need diesel in the tractor. So I got to go pick up some diesel. To be continued. I'm going to look for an off-road diesel place. I think there is one. I found one finally. So we're not paying road tax on the off-road diesel. That doesn't make sense. So we're gonna move, we started moving the coop and we gotta do some repairs on it. We're gonna get the chicks inside and get them acclimated to the coop. And then we're gonna throw it on wheels, build a frame around it for a run, and have our first chicken tractor. This was on the property when we bought the property. We haven't used it in the year that it's been here. So we gotta clean out the mud dauber wasps. And other than that, it's in fairly good shape. The skids are in really good shape. The frame's in pretty good shape. The rest of it, we'll replace boards as needed and go from there. But the tractor couldn't pick it up. Forks aren't long enough. The bucket's it's not a big enough tractor, but it can definitely skid it. So we're gonna skid it over here and put it in the garage and See if we can do it without wrecking anything. Alright, so before I put it inside, we should probably just hose it out real quick. It's in rough shape. Needs a lot of love. Brown Santa's here. Whatever could he have on his magical brown sleigh? Does Maddie know? Does Maddie know? Oh, Brown Santa! Yeah! Just up there is fine. Now we can make some barbecue. Thank you, sir.